Welcome to Designing Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, our special holiday show. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. This is our second holiday special as we continue to look at the holiday season and how it affects your home, your family, and you.
Today we look at giving gifts with a handcrafted touch. So we look at how you can discover your inner artist and craftsman.
And we also look at giving pets as a gift. Now, this is an excellent chance for a new life for many dogs and cats, so you'll definitely want to take a look.
How would you like to sit down with a good book and enjoy some of the most famous cookies in the world?
All right, it's not nice to tease our viewers.
Oh, no teasing. They're going to see it all right now, so stay right there. It's coming up on Designing Spaces Holiday Special.
You know, now that we're in the holiday season, we should take the opportunity to introduce our kids to the world of books.
I got together with some folks who have brought us children's books for decades, including many favorites. Take a look. The gift of reading and treasured moments of sharing a story with a child. It's important to bond with kids. And today on Designing Spaces Holiday Special, we are joined by Chip Gibson, president and publisher of Random House Children's Books, to take a look at a selection of books just for the kids. Chip, welcome to Designing Spaces.
Well, thank you, Debbie. Happy holidays.
Thank
it's great
you.
to be here.
Same to you. Now, before we get into the group of books that you did bring, why do you think reading and books, why are they so important?
Well, Debbie, books and reading are the most wonderful way to bring the family together, particularly during the holidays.
Definitely.
When you're sitting around the big table,
Right.
people are flying in, being together for the first time in a long time, and then you're reminded of the things that were so magical in your youth, and particularly in your parents' youth, and sometimes your parents' youth, and sharing of stories. I'm reminded of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This has been
Right.
a huge hit for families for over 50 years.
You can't have the holidays without Dr.
Can't
Seuss.
have the holidays without Dr. Seuss
Right.
and the Grinch. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, the sharing of these stories.
We've all heard the name Random House, and it has such a wonderful reputation. Why do you think that is?
We're bringing joy to kids. We're working with these wonderful authors and illustrators making these happy things for these kids. And when you connect,
Exactly.
it's magical. It's like, you know, Random House Children's Books is like the North Pole and I'm Santa Claus. And I'm Santa Claus 365 days a year, and that's pretty good.
Okay, Santa, so let's see what kind of books you brought here
We
today
got
to talk
good
about.
stuff in the bag.
Okay.
I bought a range of books because it often comes up. What's the question you hear most grandparents and parents and friends, which is how do you get the right book for the right kid? How do you
Right.
match these things up? And there's a range of ages. And
Okay.
one of the earliest ages, and very important ages, right from the start, the toddler age. I brought some beautiful board books by Sandra Point, incredibly fun. Let's Dance Little Pookie, Night Night Little Pookie. A little bit older, there's something called Princess Hyacinth, The Surprising Tale of a Girl Who Floated. Now, this is a little more sophisticated. The language is richer and marries wonderfully with these beautiful, beautiful illustrations. The idea there, this is a book that you sit with your child and you read to them.
Now, you were talking about grandparents and parents picking the right book for the right age. How do we do that? How do you know what's the right type of book for your age?
Well, particularly early on, it can be hard. Later on, kids can announce their intentions and their interests, but first you've got to engender that. And just as early readers or emerging readers, it can be kind of tough. The most important thing is what approximately is their reading level? What can they handle? You don't want to give them something that's so complicated they're going to be discouraged and run from reading. And the second thing, and a good way to engage that, is what are they really interested in? And you'll find in this level wonderful things and lots of interest points and hits. Mary Pope Osborne's series called The Magic Tree House is extraordinarily successful. It's somewhat more complicated language than the illustrated books, but it's not hard. It's an early reading book, and what she does is language that most kids at reading levels that are appropriate can handle, and it takes these kids to the most wonderful places. It takes them on voyages. It introduces them to the magic. Reading and understanding isn't just work. When you do it and it clicks, you can leave your room. You can escape.
Exactly.
And then similarly, the wonderful Judy Blume.
Yeah. Oh, we all grew up on Judy Blume.
We all grew up on Judy Blume, and we still are. Again, cross generations,
right.
The connections. Soupy Saturdays with The Pain and the Great One. This is about the same age reading level, early, sort of first grade, thereabouts.
Yeah, definitely.
Here is literally a magical book. Aragon by Christopher Paolini, the first in a series called the Inheritance Cycle, and he has created out of his imagination a complete world, and kids love escaping into a complete other world, and this gives it to them, fully and completely. You don't always have to depart the world. Carl Hyacint's wonderful Hoot is an example of a plucky kid engaging the world, engaging in South Florida, and then having the pluck and the verve and the excitement to get involved and to change the politics and save the out. So here's a person who's not escaping from the world, engaging a world that looks very much like our own and changing it, empowering. And Debbie, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants by Anne Brashear is a wonderful, compulsively readable series about the power of friendship with teenage girls.
Very good story.
Very good story, thank you. And A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. This is a series also about the power of friendship, but a little bit romance and the paranormal thrown in there. Mysterious and powerful and very popular.
Something for everyone, which is good. Like you said, find what they can relate to.
Find what they can relate to.
Now, let me ask you, though, if you have a toddler or, a child starting to read, but they're kind of reluctant, what do you do? How do you get them started?
Well, I think you start right from the start.
Okay.
I really do think the arc, every one of these levels that we're populating here, right from the start, it's so important. You need to have books around them. You need to read to them. When they're just drooling 6 months old.
Start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning. We have a phrase in publishing, and it's I think it's significantly important. Which the most important 20 minutes of the day is the time you spend reading to your child.
I agree with that.
And it's also and for the parents,
right?
We lose our magic. That's one of the most magical things you can do. Opening those gates for the kids. Yeah. Read to them. Get books from the library, get books from the bookstore, have books in the home. Make sure that they know that books aren't variable. They're essential. They're an essential part of living. Right. Stories are a key to a happy life.
Any other books that you would recommend?
Well, there's so many.
I had a feeling,
there's
but the look
so
in your
many.
face.
But if I was going to simplify, reaching back again to the magnificent and extraordinary works of Dr. Seuss.
Especially around the holidays, like you were saying.
Especially around the holidays. The magic of his illustration and imagination was really without comparison. He is literally timeless. You talk about reaching across the generations. Right. All of his books do that so magnificently. Books are the greatest gift, and I think you can do really no better than by giving the books of Dr. Seuss to kids and adults alike.
Chip, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate having you.
And happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you. For anything that you've seen here today and for more information on Random House, visit our website at designingspaces.tv. Happy holidays. Yeah. Remember settling in with a good book and a tin of cookies? Oh, I'm so ready for it.
Don't forget the milk. We've seen some real interesting subject matter on today's show that should inspire everyone to have a better than ever holiday season.
Which means?
Which means we're out of time. We got to say goodbye for today.
Okay, well, I'm Debbie Marie, and goodbye for now, but we'll see you on our next holiday special.
That's right. I'm David Jones. Take care, everyone.
Have a safe
and happy holiday season.
Bye-bye. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.